Okay, we'll go down to the dipper, from one hard man to another dipper.
Yeah, very hard man, that Glenn Archer, but he will love to be playing tonight. It's the sort of game you want to be involved with, and I'm just watching the players come off now for North Melbourne. A little bit concerned about Peter Bell before. Obviously he's now playing. They've got the disc, tell me he jarred his knee before, so it looks like he's okay. Martin Pike is coming off. The doctors were with him at half-time to making sure he's okay after that heavy bump. And well, the good news is the King is out there. I did ask the match committee how is he. He said, Dipper, he's okay, mate.
Well, thanks, Dipper, and it certainly has been a magnificent couple of nights for football. We were here last night and it was a beautiful evening in Melbourne, and tonight is exactly the same. Hardly any breeze, and really Whitmans have given us some terrific sightings of Melbourne over the MCG, over the tennis centre, over the city, and they do a terrific job with their camera work above this magnificent stadium. We haven't got quite as big a crowd here tonight as we had last night. There were 70,000 people. There'd probably be about 40,000 here. North Melbourne and Geelong. North Melbourne in control of the game at half-time. The third quarter about to get underway. You can see there the firm centre of the ground. Umpires getting a good bounce of the football. Barnes up high. Capuano gets his right hand to the football and follows it up. Gets the ball across to his teammate. Now Scholl is marked. Brad Scholl for Geelong. Transfers play to the far wing. Barnes looking to play on. Little kick by Barnes in towards half forward. No mark taken there for North Melbourne. Gathered by Abraham. Left foot kick by Abraham. Bit of an up and under. And they raffle out there to do the Cats. And Kilpatrick is marked. He's probably 2 kicks from scoring a goal. He certainly puts it into a good position for Geelong in front of the goals. Craig Scholl kicks it back out towards the middle of the ground, and the mark is taken there by Simpson. Simpson in front of Brad Scholl. Handball away. Peter Bell quickly onto the left foot. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Contest there between Durkay and Snell. Durkay follows it up. Little toe poke in front of himself. Graham to try and provide the contest there. Does well in the finish. Under pressure forces it out for a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket for North Melbourne. Dipper, the North Melbourne interchange at the start of the
I've actually got the Geelong one first, Robbo. We've got Stephen King of Geelong, Michael Mansfield. He's not injured, he's just having a rest his third quarter. Daniel Lowther and Tristan Lynch.
Thanks, Dip. Boundary throw in. Graham takes it out of the air and then controls it and finds the line at half back. Big talent, Graham. His injury last year, that elbow injury, cost the Cats dearly, colliding with Tim McGrath in the middle of the season. So 40-point game here. Cats need a couple of early goals to put some pressure back on the Kangaroos. McKernan and Graham. McKernan hooks it back. McGrath able to fill the hole before Stevens got there. Gets to Pickering. Pickering to Sanderson. Sanderson to centre wing. It eludes Burns. Taken by Abraham, who's been very good, playing more defensively tonight. Pops it up to centre half forward, and sitting underneath it and taking the mark was Anthony Stevens. Heart of the centre square. McKernan provides a lead. He's coming out towards him. Barnes gets back. Well done, Barnes. Stuck his hand out and then quickly away. This is good rebound stuff, and finds his target. Arnott at centre wing can deliver to full forward. Stoneham and Martin. Mickey did pretty well. Minx, there's no little fellas for Geelong. Robert Scott back to McCartney. McCartney's handball half cut off by Minx. Back to Scott. He's in trouble. Good tackle by Stoneham. They want a free kick. Minx, McCartney, Mooney trying to get involved. It's going to be a boundary throw in right forward pocket.
I think the question raised then, Bruce, was how did he get rid of the footy? He had it and then threw his arms out, and the crowd wondering how in fact does he get rid of the ball here. That's not a kick or a handball. That's what they're screaming for.
Mooney and Scholl. Abraham twists, turns, back to Stevens. Oh, cheeky bounce. Then like a basketball player. That was interesting. And then keeps it low and finds Grant. Improvisation at his very best.
I don't know if he needed to have a bounce then. He was only running about 5 yards, Bruce, and I think he got an awful shock when he looked up and saw a Geelong player right in front of him.
The matchups up at the top of the screen, Riccardi and Blakey. Still Tim McGrath manning up on Wayne Carey. Carey kicked 4 first half goals. And Geelong badly need 1 or 2 to start this second half. Brad Scholl taken to the ground.
I will say this, Rob, I've been watching Wayne Carey since he's been back out on the ground. He is carrying an injury because he hasn't been able to stretch out in a sprint. He is moving around, but he's not at top pace.
There are the two players mentioned. Capuano, Barnes up high. Not really all that effective tap out. Hocking went in with Robert Scott. And, well, Scotty, he'd love this situation, playing against his old side. Hasn't been there for a while now, of course. Gary Hocking doesn't mind that in and under stuff. Umpire will bounce just forward of centre wing, between wing and right half forward. Favouring Geelong, Capuano and Barnes. Capuano gets it down. Forced forward by the Cats. Barnes up early. Abraham not able to collect it. Bell tried to hack it out of there. Still a chance for Kilpatrick. Left it for Arnott. Then kicked away there by Peter Bell. And it will be thrown in on centre wing. Now North Melbourne's interchange, Dipper.
Yes, we have the injured David King, as we see him on screen now. John Longmire, Brandy Anderson and Martin Pike.
Thank you, Dipper. As we see Capuano and Barnes. Cats have been in attack for a while, but haven't really been able to have a scoring opportunity. Byron Pickett kicks it out. Well done by Sanderson. Quickly to Riccardi. Riccardi kicks to centre half forward. Mooney just gets rid of his man in Scholl. Runs under it. He's a long left footer. Hooks it back towards full forward. McCartney, and well done McCartney, who had his back to it really. Minch was better placed and McCartney plucked it. And he's got Welsh out wide. If he can find his man, he's got him. He's a real athlete, this kid. He's away. Look at that for a left footer. He's a right foot kick to Carey at centre half forward. Just toe pokes it forward. Cats trying to get back. Harvey copped the high one. No free kick. Durkay just pushes forward. Well done, Snell. Under pressure, kept his feet. Little give by Milburn to Scholl. Scholl, beautiful kick to Burns. That's a better build-up. Ronnie, go back and have a shot. Cats need a goal. This is about as far as you can kick them, isn't it?
It probably is, and I've got to say, just a poor choice from Scott Welsh. He went the bump instead of the tackle on half-back, and as a result, a clear possession from Geelong. It ended up with Ronnie Burns. He's probably 48 metres out directly in front.
He's been the leading goal kicker of the Cats in the last two seasons. He shared it with Spinks last year. Very short to Pickering. Oh. And Pickett belts it out, and they might make them pay. Harvey to the pocket. Let's see if Carey can get involved. Nearly takes one. Oh, is that out on the fork from McGrath? No.
He is nowhere near at the boundary umpire.
Just as well the goal umpire signalled what had gone on down there.
Let's have a look. Is this out on the fork?
No, he kicked it into the ground.
Kicked it into the ground and then over the line.
Right forward pocket. Gee, Burns' choice then.
This guy won't have the energy to throw the ball in, John, will he? He's just run a quick 100 metres in even time.
More than 100.
Carey.
Side of that matchup.
Yes, and Wayne Carey with 4 goals. Sanderson, smother was good, wasn't it, by Durkay? Kicked away by Sanderson into the middle of the ground. Mark taken by Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick looks to give the hand pass away. Again, Sanderson out wide. Not really what he was desiring, I would have thought. Simpson gathers from Scholl. Left foot kick by Adam Simpson, bounces and bounces over for a throw-in. Just inside the forward 50, some interesting matchups there. Stoneham and Martin have been at each other since the start of the game. Of course, the taller ones, Graham and McKernan. Scotty Bamford's on the ground for Geelong. Geelong will get a chance here. They must do something with this kick. Bamford, the player just mentioned, left foot kick by Bamford. Not all that good. Knocked away. Chance for Burns. Must kick this. Just has to kick this goal. Terrific kick by Burns is a goal.
No team gets you closer than these footy riders. Every day on your official AFL paper, the Herald Sun.
Burns happy. Stoneham, his tap back to Burns was a beauty. So the Cats with the first goal after half-time. They need a few more. 9 goals, 7 to 15-5. Well done out of the centre. Barnes getting it to Kilpatrick. High ball to half-forward. Burns and Abraham. What a great match-up that is. Eludes a couple of players, including Clayton. Good to see Bell back on the ground. Lovely kick. Weighted it perfectly for Anthony Stevens. Stevens at centre wing. Kicks the ball to about 50. Barnes gets over the top. Carey gets involved. Free kick given to Geelong, and now advantage has been paid. Melbourne coming away. Kicks the ball down the line to Burns, who's taken the mark. Abraham onto him now. Burns always keen to play on. A couple of his short passes have missed their mark tonight. One a moment ago with Pickering, and one earlier in the first half when Longmire was able to get hold of it. Burns again pops it up to about 50. Bizzle a target. Pushing forward was Arnott. Scholl did very well to Mooney, who goes in and kicks the goal. A second one.
Bradshaw good. Bradshaw very good.
It's what this second half and this match needed.
That certainly was an important kick. He's only had 3 kicks for the night, Jason Mooney. But if you can turn him into goals, you don't need to have that many. A lot of hard-working Geelong players down there forced the ball forward. Eventually the handball came out. And he just straightens, kicked through the ball. A very important goal to get Geelong back into this contest.
Well, not big stats by any means from Jason Mooney. Couple of heavy bumps, 3 kicks, but an important goal early in the third quarter. McKernan, man on a mission. He's got to be pumped. Taps it to the back. Running onto it, Harvey. The hand pass came from Stevens. Harvey will kick a goal, won't he? Brent Harvey streaming goalwards. May have just sneaked it in for a behind. So an errant kick in the finish by Brent Harvey. He's kicked a couple of goals and a couple of behinds. 15-6 to 10-7. That margin now 29 points. The kick into the middle of the ground. Advantages with Geelong. Barnes just a fraction slow. Now that really wasn't the advantage, John.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to pay the original free kick. So
I like that decision. Huh?
Yeah, I think that's common sense. If the advantage doesn't come about, then bring it back and pay the kick.
Bamford receives from McGrath, gets it back into the middle of the ground. Bizzle, kick was very good. Pickering is marked. Geelong on a little bit of a roll here. If they can keep this up for 5 or 6 minutes, you just never know. Kick into the pocket, bit of misunderstanding, and maybe that was good fortune.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Gary Hocking thought his teammate was going to intercept the ball. At the last minute he realised he wasn't. He stuck out a left hand. And have a look at this for a piece of skill. It's as easy as you like.
And there's interference down closer to the goal, was there?
No.
A little kick was marked by Melbourne, was it?
That's right, Robbo.
He's been very good tonight, Darren Milburn.
Very good stats. Early in the third term, 12 kicks, 2 hand passes, 4 marks. We'll have another look at Gary Hocking.
He's one of the few players you don't mind kicking short because he never misses his target, Robbo, but he needs to finish off here.
Going for a goal. Good kick. Very emphatic. Third goal of the quarter of the Cats.
Oh, it's got to be the grab of the year!
If you live and breathe footy, now you can eat it. The Footy Burger. McDonald's double quarter pounder with cheese.
The Mitsubishi Express has loading doors on both sides. The competition doesn't. There's no stopping Express from Mitsubishi.
Melbourne getting the goal. It's been good, Melbourne. So's Hocking. The Cats are good in this term. They've kicked 3 without reply. And suddenly, they've closed this match off. It was 40 points at half-time. It was all the Kangaroos. We're back to 23. Next goal, pretty big here. Melbourne again to Hocking. Hocking's kick to Stoneham. Can Barry get hold of it? He does. Can he get it back towards Burns? Burns, little handball to Kilpatrick. High one. Not going to miss the lot, I think. No, it's a behind. Geelong in the centre square have been pretty good all night, I think. Now Dennis Pagan suddenly being challenged. His team, after having it in the bag at half-time, are finding themselves under pressure. They've been very good most of the night, the Kangaroos. You'd expect they'll come back with some sort of reply. Craig Scholl down the line and finds McKernan. 2 goals in the first half. Centering kick, might be too high. It was. Sanderson, little give. Riccardi, little give. Cats away. Mooney's high ball to centre half forward. Minch well done defensively. Unable to get through. McCartney sweeps out a handball. Couple of North Melbourne players together. Simpson got it from Blakey to Pickett. Always cool.
Oh, it's a poor kick.
Coughed it up too easily to Snell. Snell across the ground, actually misses his target, but he's got to a rattle here. Plenty to give it to. Sanderson to Hocking. Hocking teases his opposition. Grant gives away a free kick, advantage given anyway. Minch to Bizzle. Bizzle 55 out, gives it all he's got. McCartney sits, waits, and takes the mark.
I think Jason mentioned earlier about players with awareness. Clint Bizzle didn't quite have the awareness there, did he?
No, he didn't. Just bombed it long without looking.
So there's the inside 50s in this, the third term, as McCarthy gets it outside 50 and Simpson onto it.
Bruce, you can just sense it, can't you, that North realise that they've got to get back with a goal quickly to answer this challenge from Geelong. Snell nearly paid the mark. Sanderson good again. And taken to the ground, Ben Graham. All fair and above board, according to the umpire. Wayne Carey looking a little frustrated, and the umpire will bounce in the middle of the ground. The closest that Geelong have got to the Kangaroos, apart from the start of the game, has been 8 points. Right now it is 22, so the Kangaroos seem to have had the answers. Ben Graham kicks it forward, just from one step. Contest between Burns and Pickett. Maybe the advantage is with North, the Kangaroos. Scholl gets it back to Robert Scott. There's a player on his own out wide, and it's beautifully marked.
He can go all the way.
Well marked by Shannon Grant. Inside 50, ordinary kick. He's a better kick than that. Disappointing result as he broke away from half forward. Shannon Grant kicks his first score for the evening behind. Bizzle to kick it in.
Gets to Buddha. Back to Bizzle. Has to be careful here because North were closing. Squeezes it to McGrath. Cats playing with a bit of confidence. McGrath at centre half back. They'll know that Carey's not fully fit. That'll suit them, and King can't come back. Beautiful kick. Wonderful vision to Graham. Graham delivers to full forward. Minch the target. Goal! Good mark. Held his ground. Held McCartney out and took a beauty. Kicked 2 goals in the opening quarter. Great rebound footing.
It certainly was, and they look so simple, these one-handed marks, but they're not. It looks like the ball just falls in, but you're holding an opposition player off. As we see Barry Stoneham leaving the ground, Michael Mansfield coming back on. Another important kick for Minch on the Cats.
35 metres out, guides, it's got it. It's got his third. They're getting closer.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike. Dad! Huh? Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
David Minch, 98 games now for Geelong and 93 goals, nearly a goal a game, and he's proving a valuable player for the Cats tonight. Gary Hocking kicks it forward once again. Gee, Minch nearly got it again. Mooney, can he get it out? He can. Scotty Bamford goes for goal, and the second Geelong player in the last 3 or 4 minutes that has missed with a blazing shot. Glenn Kilpatrick earlier, Scotty Bamford on that occasion, just when they could have done with another one.
That's crucial, Robbo. You've got the momentum up. Yep. You've got to make the most of it. Those half chances, you can turn them into goals. You're right back in it. Robert Scott to kick it back for the Kangaroos. Good mark taken by Capuano. Capuano standing inside his defensive 50. Still John Blakey is in that area. Kicks it across the line. Minch provides the contest, then does the tackling. Flicked out the back. Was that a throw? Yes.
Nice for throw, yes.
So all the opportunities are being created now by Geelong, even the umpiring decisions, much to to the delight of the Geelong fans that have travelled from all over to watch their side play tonight.
Well, once they see the ball lifted with an open hand, and that is no doubt a scoop, then they'll penalise it for a throw if they get a clear enough view of it, and that was certainly lifted with an open hand and scooped.
Gary Hocking with the football, 97, plays 80. Kangaroos lead by 17. Can Gary Hocking make it 11? A little bit too far out for Gary Hocking.
It is. He's holding on to the ball patiently, but the Kangaroo players have filled in all the spaces.
He's gone for the up and under to give David Bench the chance right in front of goal. It was Jason Mooney actually that went for the big mark. Tim McGrath, gee, he's travelled some territory, hasn't he, to get down in the middle of that action. And you see there, he races off to the right of screen to man up on Wayne Carey.
And there's just about 30 out of the 36 players, Robbo, in this attacking 50 here for Geelong.
Yes, a bit of urgency. Geelong will get another one. Johnny Barnes has got it. The Cats are right in the middle of the MCG action on Friday night footy. They trailed by 40 at half-time. They trailed by just 11 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
The nature of this game has changed incredibly. A fantastic punch there from Jason Mooney. And Fancy, the ruckman, turning into a rover, Robbo, kicking the goal. No wonder he was excited about it.
Johnny Barnes, very skillful big man.
5 unanswered goals here for the Cats. Well, we posed the question at the start of the night, could this be a night to remember? It looks like it might be. Bamford wide, McGrath, Kangaroo still 2 kicks in front. McGrath's high ball to centre half forward. Big fly, he's got it! Sensational goal.
Gee, that was a good mark.
Mickey Martin
complaining that he touched it. I tell you what, it'd be a very, very game bloke not to pay that one. I mean, Minch was the only bloke that really had a grab on that. We'll see it again now. Minch comes over the top, and his hands are the only ones that are controlling that footy, and that is certainly a fantastic mark.
They're very confident kicking in high tonight, aren't they? They reckon they can out-duel North in the high marking. Minch, long and strong. Another one. Sensational stuff, this.
Sunday.
Did he win or lose?
He lost.
He was living his father's dream.
Next time, we are going to win.
Trapped by his father's fear.
He's not going to America. I won't let anyone destroy this family.
In the face of tragedy, he found a new life of hope and conquered his lifelong dream. Jeffrey Rush in his Academy Award-winning performance. Toyota presents Shine. Sunday, 8:30 on 7.
First time within a kick since the start of the match.
Very true, and it's very important that they man up now and stop Geelong from getting the ball away from the centre. They do on this occasion. Anthony Stevens kicks the ball into the left forward pocket area. Down comes Bizzle, tackled by Abraham.
Slung, so free kick will be paid. Disposed of the footy, and the tackle continued.
And that was great play by Clint Bizzell. He took off early. He read the play was going to, the ball was going to spill free, left his man, and as a result, he probably saved a goal.
Not bad football by Snell, but let himself down by coughing it up to Bell. Snell to Bell. 97 plays 92. Peter Bell with the football will kick the Kangaroos back to within scoring distance. Is that a Peter mark? Barnes, look at that. Big man, 6'5", left foot, right foot, kicking goals just a moment ago. Peter Riccardi receives from Barnes. This is Snell. Don't lose the plot now. Geelong have got right back into this game. Riccardi, not a bad kick actually, but the Kangaroos will gather. Longmire to Grant. Grant from the left foot in towards centre half forward. Good mark. Well done, Melbourne. Gets the ball to McGrath. Abraham may have hurt himself. The kick out wide finds Scholl. Back there to Bamford was his intention. Bamford not able to gather the awkward ball down around his ankles. And Bradshaw went in to give him a hand as we watch Abraham recovering maybe from a slight ankle injury.
And Robbo, Wayne Carey has just realised the seriousness of the situation, and he's taken himself from half forward down to half back as a loose man in defence.
And with Barnes doing so well, Capiano is now off the ground, and we've got Longmire on the ground replacing him in the ruck with...
Thanks, Tipper. McKernan belts it forward to Blakey. Blakey's quick hands missed the body though. Blakey gets back. His kick actually is conceded about 50 metres. Scott after it. Good take by Scott. Now in trouble, but he broke the tackle. Back to Scholl, to Carey, who Jason said a moment ago has gone to half-back loose. Finds Stevens. I reckon the Cats will be pretty happy that Carey's back there. He can't really hurt them too much. Stevens has kicked too far for McKernan. Good take there by Lynch, first time we've seen him. Cats get it through Ben Graham. Floaty one, Mooney versus Kerry on. The King was good there. Gee, that was a good strong mark. A bloke carrying a groin injury. Mooney was very competitive. It was a good take. Blakey streams through the centre. Belts it long. McKernan the one chance. Almost taken by Abraham. Winnie's going to do it, I think. It's high and it's straight. It's a goal. Do you reckon they needed that one? I said the King couldn't hurt them. He actually did.
It's amazing the influence that one fella can have on the game, but that's got to hurt Geelong. The Kangaroos haven't taken it forward all that often. It was only a half chance. Blakey bombed it long into the forward line. McKernan almost took a fantastic mark from about 3 deep, right at the base of the pack, over the shoulder, and he's kicked it about 60 metres over his shoulder as well. That's a fantastic goal to Winston Abraham.
Melbourne competitive again there in the front with McKernan.
Certainly was, but it was a good snap goal by the small player roving the pack, Winston Abraham. Kangaroos lead by 11. Melbourne again across his left shoulder. Good mark taken by Pickett. Always looks composed to Craig Scholl. Scholl down the ground. Bit of an up and under. Well done by Ben Graham. Oh, bashed forward by Longmire. Gathered by Kilpatrick. Hand pass not too bad. Melbourne again. He's had 15 kicks now. Snell between wing and left half back. McGrath is marked. So McGrath looks as though he's been told to go down the ground and man up with Carey, even though Carey is playing at half back. Punched away. Gathered by Hocking was a beauty. Ronnie Burns' little kick into the pocket. Getting back was McCartney. Gathered by Pickett. Pickett across the full-back line, out in front of Anthony Stevens. The ball should sit for him, it does. He breaks the tackle. Then the little left foot kick is good. Blakey's a chance. He's got a few metres in front of himself. There's a hand pass. Pipe. Back to Blakey. Where will McKernan come into it, Jason? Here's Grant. Grant for the Kangaroos. Goes for goal from an impossible angle. Shannon Grant.
I thought they'd messed it up for a minute, Robbo. Corey McKernan found a lot of space up forward. He was absolutely screaming for the long kick. They put in an extra handball, but in the end, Shannon Grant got freed up. He steadied and he finished off beautifully.
Well, he is a good kicker of football. Earlier, we saw him miss what I thought he would have kicked for sure. But this, from deep in the pocket, a lovely kick, has covered about 55 metres and threaded it through beautifully.
Sign of a good team, this, isn't it?
See, this is an enthralling battle. The momentum has changed about 4 times during the course of the game so far.
We saw players cramping last night, left, right and centre towards the end of the game. They're going to be pretty weary tonight. It's not as hot, admittedly, but the pace is a bit hotter.
Goal was being kicked. Ronnie Burns has taken himself off. Looks like he's got a bit of a hamstring problem down here.
Well, that's a blow for them because he has been good. Hocking's been magnificent in that centre square. Mansfield and Martin. Mickey keeps his eye on it. Ball comes to ground. Pickett has been wonderful. One bounce, strides away. He set so much up. Blakey was involved in that last goal. Tries to draw a player, then goes very long towards full forward. McKernan, I should say, standing tall. That's Mooney. But the Kangaroos have answered very strongly here.
And Bruce, if we get a chance to have a look at the replay of the mark, there was a fantastic piece of shepherding applied by Winston Abraham. He just positioned himself in between Corey McKernan's opponent, Ben Graham, didn't allow him to get there in time to spoil, and we saw Ben Graham complaining after the mark was taken.
McKernan going for his 3rd goal. He likes it. McKernan has kicked a goal in each of the quarters so far. 18-7 to 14-8, so 3 unanswered goals from the Kangaroos, starting from Abraham, Grant and now McKernan.
seems to be a move that's working pretty well at the moment. Carey going down back and McKernan up to the key centre-half forward position, Robbo.
Well, that's all you need, isn't it, for the big fella to take a big mark and kick a goal. He's quite capable, Corey McKernan, of that. As Burns has a spell on the bench. Bit of a rub down in preparation for looks to be a tense last 30 minutes of this game. 23 points the margin. Kangaroos might blow it out again here. Longmire following up from the ruck contest. Back goes McKernan. Running with the flight of the ball. He's determined, isn't he?
Come from everywhere to congratulate Longmire.
That's the perfect example of what a quick kick into the forward line can do. There's nothing that a backman hates more than a quick long kick. You're out of position. You don't have the touch and feel with your opponent. And that's a wonderful mark running back with the flight of the ball.
Well, they're going to get plenty from Carey, Welsh and McKernan, aren't they? 4 each. McKernan kicks the goal. So 12 of their 19 goals coming from Carey. Corey McKernan, who presently is in a key forward position, and Scotty Welsh, who's been a good foil for both of them.
That was vintage McKernan. That was a McKernan when he was one of the best players in the comp 3 seasons ago. So Barnes dragged there. He got caught out a bit, and Longmire's commitment was just a bit greater a moment ago.
He's been very good, Barnes. He's won quite a few of the taps, so that's a pretty harsh decision, I think, Bruce, to drag him off the ground.
And suddenly Carey goes forward. He's gone back to the forward line now that North have got a 5-goal break. King's kick goes off the side of his boot. Blakey's had an inspired 5 minutes. And now the Kangaroos are doing it all. Kicks to centre-half forward. McKernan front spot against Graham. Read well by Simpson. Bouncing ball to full forward. Who reads it best? Snell did very well to Bizzle. Bizzle's little one to King. Out to Melbourne, who's been terrific all night. Back to Snell. Snell away. Abraham got rid of. Snell kicks to half-back. Chance, it wasn't Abraham, it was Durkay that got rid of. Abraham took a good mark. Handled on quickly. McGrath can't get in. End of another great quarter of footy. Cats kicked the first 6. North got the last 4. And at 3/4 time, the Kangaroos have still got a very healthy margin over the Cats. Boy, it has been entertaining though. Mensch was terrific with 2 third-quarter goals. Really helped to set them alight. 14-8 to 19-7. So what can Gary Ayres do against Dennis Pagan?
It's going to be an exciting last quarter, Bruce. Just when it looked like Geelong had the momentum to overhaul the Kangaroos, they fought back with a couple of quick goals to McKernan. Carey went down back, steadied the ship. This is going to be an absolutely nail-biting finish, I think.
Kangaroos with a good edge at 3/4 time, but they have been challenged on a number of occasions. In fact, it's been a night where goals have been kicked in bursts by both teams. They've both been able to get run-ons, and if the Cats can get one early here, then watch out. We still could have a grandstand finish, but at the moment it's 19-7, 121 to 14 goals, 8-92.
He's as honest as the day's long, Mickey. He hasn't given away an inch.
Ben Graham
to see Ben Graham up forward.
So Ben Graham's gone forward. Mickey Mansfield has been on the interchange, but he came on for Stoneman.
Michael Mansfield, now there's a guy that's given away work basically. Bruce has become very much a part-timer to devote time to his football. He probably hasn't had as good a night as he would have liked to date.
What's going to happen in the final term? The first of the Friday night matches in 1999. Ronnie Burns is warming up on the boundary line. I can see Dipper down there. We'll get you in a minute, Dipper. We're about to start the final term here at the MCG. Out of the centre, it was Pickering that pushed it forward to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick straightens up, goes to full forward. Remember Graham's forward, good mark, unopposed in the end, taken by Mooney, who's actually got stronger as this match has gone on.
He was just starting to show some good form towards the end of the 3rd quarter, and if he can come into the game, Geelong are a real chance here. He just got a free run at the ball, leapt up in front of the pack. Ben Graham jostling with Mick Martin.
They all became Graham conscious, I think, there.
I think they did too.
So Mooney, 15 metres out, directly in front. He's got his second, the all-important first. It's been a handy contribution. In fact, they've got a bit out of a number of their recruits. And again, as we said at the start of the 3rd quarter, it's what the match needed, an early Geelong goal.
It certainly does. He just drifted away from his opponent. He had a free run at the ball, came in from the side, jumped up in front of the pack, and that's a crucial goal, and they're right back in it now, the Cats.
Kilpatrick did well there. I mean, he could have kept going on the left. He straightened up and got good distance and kicked it to the front of the square. So Jason Mooney, the goal kicker, and brings Geelong back to within 23 points. The centre bounce clearance is all important. Melbourne, very well done, finds Kilpatrick. He turns and straightens up, but it was a great smother. He's a desperado, that Anthony Stevens. Gathered there by Pickering, hand pass, not quite what he would have looked for. Barnes out wide, Sanderson, Kilpatrick, his third possession. This kick won't be smothered off the boot. It was a good one. It's found Snell within scoring distance. Now, I'm not sure of the capabilities lengthwise of Jason Snell's kicking ability.
Hocking did that earlier tonight.
I just noticed that too.
To just bomb it up in the air, and that's what he's done, and it's going to work. No, oh, Mansfield had his hands on it, couldn't hang on to it. Martin gets it out to Harvey. Gee, they'll have a look at the replay of that. John Blakey's kick towards half forward. This could be a turnover. Sanderson doesn't mess around, gets on with the game. McGrath down the ground, into the middle. Mark is taken there by Snell again. Kilpatrick, fourth possession in about 2 minutes. Kicks towards the goals, and a good mark. That's a terrific mark by Gary Hocking. He is a champion player, no doubt whatsoever.
Certainly starting to amass possessions, Robbo, and I mean, most players in that instance would probably try to take the ball on their chest. He knew he was under the pump with the opponent behind him, and he's taken it one grab cleanly out in front of him. And knowing the way he disposes of the ball, he'd be London to a brick on to kick this, wouldn't he?
Well, we've sat here a few times, Jason, and said just that, haven't we, Bruce?
We put the mocker on.
Well, we finished up with a couple of fried eggs all over our face, so we'll just wait and see.
I'll still back him in.
It's a very important kick because 23 points now becomes 17.
Last turn, and again the match closes up. Longmire lays it down. Kangaroos unable to. Melbourne has been outstanding all night. Off the side of his boot. Snell's been pretty good early in this last quarter. Kilpatrick again gets his hands on it. Eludes a tackle. Did it cleverly. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. A real battle. McCartney belts it away. Riccardi trapped it beautifully. Back to Pickering. The ball is loose at centre half forward for the catch. Atkinson over the top of it. And it's going to be a ball up just. It was Blakey over the top. Just as the Kangaroos were getting away. Some of the matchups up the top. McGrath and Carey has been one of those marquee ones we looked at the start of the match. McCartney, Mensch went early, did well to McGrath. McGrath's left foot is close. It's a goal! It's a goal! Bluey!
Gee, that's a good kick.
Bluey's kicked one from nowhere.
That's exactly what he's got to do, because Carey took himself down back again. McGrath went up. He made himself an attacking option. And that couldn't have come at a better time, not just for Geelong's confidence, but for McGrath's confidence.
What about Mensch? Mensch was good too, wasn't he? He really made the football all his.
And I think Bluey McGrath will savour that one, Bruce.
That evens the ledger just a little. It gets him back in the race with the king.
Don't get too excited, because there's a lot of football left in this match. 17 minutes, Stephen King having a spell. Dipper, what's the info?
Yeah, Stephen King, David Lowther and Tristan Lynch on the bench, but Ronnie Bird, they're just been trying to get him on the ground. They're working overtime on him, but obviously for his pace.
Barnes got the big fist to it. Pickett back to Blakey. Blakey now from one step kicks the ball. Oh, McKernan! Big mark from the big man. Just wide of centre half forward. Kicks it towards the half forward area. Scholl. Sanderson has been excellent. Away to Arnott. Back to Brad Scholl. Wider still. And Snell coming into the play as well. They seem to have lifted every one of them, don't they, the Cats? As Snell kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. Graham from behind. The ball spills to the front of the pack. Who's going to get this ball out? It's like a rugby scrum. Scott. Longmire. Back to Carey. With a little bit of time, decides to steady the ship and get the short kick to Pike.
Pike at centre wing. Goes long. Gets it to half forward. Good mark though, taken by Bizzle, who's been very good since coming on the ground. Had an excellent second half in 98. Snell, as Robbo said, getting plenty of it. He gets loose. Handball back inside to Bizzle. Bizzle kicks the ball to centre half forward. Mansfield the target. He's outnumbered, but he's nearly got it. Harvey, little gift to Mickey. Martin belts it back. Cats everywhere. Bizzle's got it. Bizzle did the job on Welsh after half-time, and now he's starting to get a fair bit of it. Kicks it wide. Milburn's been outstanding. Round the body, good. Burns is back on the ground. Let's see how free he is. Does well. Sidesteps. An important play. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. A contest taken by Graham. Left footer. Bouncing towards goal. Getting in Bamford. Taken by Scott. Well done. Shoals in trouble. Gone. Holding the body. Free kick Cats. Mooney's got it.
That's the risk, isn't it, Bruce, when they try to run the ball out of the back line as the Kangaroos often do, and then the tackle is laid, they're gone.
That's just purely and simply a case of taking the wrong option. He had a chance to get a quick boot to ball, kick it long to the boundary line. He decided to tuck it under the arm, and well, that's the penalty, Robbo.
In a tight game, I think Craig Scholl lost the plot there for a fleeting second.
Mooney going for his third. It's close. He's got it. The Cats within a kick.
Here's a couple who are finally seeing their vision become a reality. And here's the Mitre 10 Easter catalogue with the best deals on paint, including Accent, Mitre 10's own brand. And here's a Mitre 10 paint specialist with the advice they need for a professional finish. From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Your dad had a few darts, but I knew you could.
Well, Jason Mooney, 6 kicks, 3 goals out of 18, and certainly his third goal getting Geelong to within a kick once again of the Kangaroos. Can they answer? Stevens kick smothered off the boot by Scholl. Gathered by Peter Bell. He runs certainly the required distance and maybe a metre too far. Sanderson a big punch. Disciplined footy. Johnny Barnes knocked off the football by Grant. Welsh back into the action. Chance here for Blakey. Little hand pass. Simpson. No, it wasn't. It was Clayton. Gary Hocking gets into the action. Tries to bash it clear. And eventually taken over there by Big Barry Stoneham, is it, back there at half-back. And some interesting stats there. Dennis Pagan against Geelong. From 12 games, he's only won 4. And he's up against it in the last few minutes of this game. What can his players do? The 18 on the ground? It really is up to them now. Brad Scholl does well. And Marks under extreme pressure in the right back pocket.
Goes across the ground. Milburn the target, he's got him. Stevens in pretty late.
Very lucky not to give the 50 away there, because the mark had been taken when he was taken to the ground.
He's paid it.
And it will be paid, yeah. I mean, and that's reasonable. Look, the marking contest was over. Taken to the ground. Delay in play. We'll see it again on replay now. Milburn takes the mark. Anthony Stevens continues with it and takes him to the ground. That is certainly warranting a 50-metre penalty.
So Milburn now in the heart of the centre square. 18-8 to 19-7. Goes laterally to Butter, the captain. Hocking delivers to centre half forward, and Mensch couldn't quite. Mensch has a second go. His second efforts have been good. Pike was smothered. Snell, little give. Kilpatrick can put him in front. Leans back and puts him in front. Can you believe it? What a match. This is stirring stuff.
Gee, Glenn Kilpatrick is making this last quarter his own. He's won some crucial clearances out of the centre, and now he's turning into a goal kicker. He could be the match winner for Geelong. A fantastic smother in the pack there. The ball rolled free. Quick hands from Snell. Kilpatrick right on 50. Couple of steps. Lined it up. And that's a wonderful kick. And I think there might be a little bit more support in the crowd here for Geelong than there is for the Kangaroos, Bruce.
First time in front all night.
Well, Glenn Kilpatrick pretty happy with himself. Dennis Pagan with some thinking for the last few minutes. We've got 13 minutes left. Riccardi left it behind, went in after it again. I think it was Kilpatrick that moved it out to him. Up towards half forward. Pickett made the football his. Brilliant play there by Pickett. Kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Bizzle under the pump. Clint Bizzle. Can he get clear? He's gone. Absolutely gone. But somehow it finished back with the Cats. Hocking receiving. And the football may have come from. Melbourne again, was it back there? Gary Hocking with the footy. Goes short. Knocked on by Melbourne. Not bad, actually. Gets it back from Bamford. And then Mansfield. He's got it. I think it was mentioned that he's had a fairly quiet night. But what can Mansfield do here? He's only had 4 kicks, and he's certainly within scoring distance.
Well, he's a very experienced player, Michael Mansfield. It's a fantastic team. Milburn's been sensational tonight. He's been a real find. Mansfield, he realised he had the mark. He's in kicking distance. He'll take his time. And the best thing he can do now, listen to the crowd if he kicks this, Robbo.
Well, he has been a goal kicker over his years with Geelong. It's there. It's a goal. What a stirring performance by both sides, in particular the Cats. They've been down and out on 2 or 3 occasions tonight. And they lead this match with 12 minutes left by 7 points.
I'll tell you right now, Robbo, if Melbourne's not in the best 2 or 3 players on the ground on at the wrong game, he's just been outstanding. He's rebounded from defence. He's had a swag of possessions, and he's playing like an experienced 100-game player.
So the Cats have kicked 6 goals at the start of the last quarter, as they did at the start of the third quarter, unanswered goals. The Kangaroos have been strong at the end of every quarter tonight. They need to finish over the top of the Cats now. In the centre square, Barnes there. Little toe poke against Stevens. Stevens did really well. Got it to Bell. Crashes it forward. Durkay. Here's trouble. Durkay. Brilliantly done. Kicks to full forward. Well done at the back by Sanderson. Stoneham gets a hand on it. Abraham clever. He can normally go from this situation. Hooks it back. Great kick. He's done. Winning stunner.
That is an extraordinary piece of play by Abraham. He showed acceleration that I didn't know he was capable of, and then he just settled, almost attacked by 3 Geelong players, and calmly slotted it around the corner, Robbo.
I'm going to make a big statement. This has been the match of the season so far.
Have a look at the way he just accelerates here.
And he nearly
flat-footed,
doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic kick.
Hocking off for the blood rule, so that's important. Buddha coming off for the blood rule as the Kangaroos get back within a kick.
Mickey Martin running forward.
Going onto the ground is Simon Arnott to replace Gary Hocking. He's got a cut just above his left eye there. You can see quite distinctly. He's not worried about that. It'll be the concern for the medical staff to stop the bleeding. And with 11 minutes left, I think it's very important that they do just that and get him back onto the field.
Ben Graham's gone forward, and Mickey Martin's just playing wide, trying to drag him out of the central defensive position.
Geelong by 1 point. Riccardi slung off the foot, he didn't have it. Advantages with Geelong. Kilpatrick again for the second time in 4 minutes. No. Hooks the kick into the pocket. Mooney and Scholl back there. No free kick. Ball to be thrown in. Left forward pocket for Geelong. They lead by a point. Ruckwork in the forward pocket. Mooney, McCartney, Mitch trying to get onto it. Burns trying to get onto it. It's a mad scramble, isn't it? The Kangaroos desperate to hold it in. Geelong sweating on the opportunity maybe to scrounge a goal. Only metres from their goal square. 10.5 minutes left. Geelong by a point. It's been the Kangaroos that have had the answers for most of the evening. Scott's kick smothered by Burns. Gary Ayres will be happy with that. Percentage play, Burns has kept it within scoring range.
Hocking, they're trying to get him back on. He'll be important, the captain, late in this match.
Yeah, they've got to stitch him up first, Bruce, and also change his number, his jumper.
Bizzle belts it forward. G. Kilpatrick was terrific. Little give, great smother by Bell off the boot. Kangaroos do well. Capuano's little gift to Bell was terrific. Back into the heart of the centre. It's got a magnificent mark. Is that Melbourne again?
Yes, BOG with that. If he needed anything, that was it to cap it off, wasn't it?
Gee, that was courageous.
Comes out to Pickering. Now Pickering's got Sanderson. He's in trouble.
He hasn't gone over the mark.
No, it's been penalised because he actually deviated, Robbo. That was why the call was made.
Riccardi to Sanderson. to Pickering, gets a second go. Little pop shot to centre half forward, back to Pickering. Pickering's quick kick to fall forward. Martin front spot. Mooney at the back. A ball to be won here. It's hot. Arnott throws it out. Maxwell's handball to Birds. Left foot. Goal. Magnificent stuff. They love it everywhere.
Still, don't get excited, folks. There's 9.5 minutes left. There's time for North Melbourne to come back. The Kangaroos can get back in this game. Don't worry about that.
That's why we are excited, Robbo.
Chance for the Kangaroos. Stevens kick smothered off the boot. Bamford to kick it forward to within scoring distance. Who are the high flyers? Mooney tries to kick it out of the air. Burns and Pickett. Burns kicks it. The goal's been kicked by Arnott miraculously.
Now tell me you're not excited now.
Oh, dear me. But Burns keeping it alive from the pocket was reminiscent of Wayne Harms many years ago. And Arnott on the end of it.
This is an incredible piece of skill. Rubbo has just hooked the ball back in. And have a look at Arnott coming in like Diego Maradona. Just side-footed it in beautifully.
Have you ever seen anything quite like that?
This game's had everything. What more can it hold?
Well, I said we were going to the toy shop for the second night in a row. I reckon we picked a pretty good department store tonight, don't you? Oh. Well, what can the Kangaroos do here? The Cats have kicked 8 goals in the last quarter. 8 goals to 1. And still the Kangaroos are in the match. Kilpatrick has played it inspired last term to half forward. Snell almost. Kangaroos have got to stay till. Well done, Scott. To Bell. Atkinson under pressure. Poor kick. Finds the line. Boundary throw-in. And it really has been a remarkable match. Fantastic camera angle here. Have a look at Burns. Keeping it in. And then Arnott finishing it off. It was like Beckham to York into the back of the neck. Belted forward by McKernan. Atkinson underneath. Geelong fierce. Stone him over the top of him. Anderson, I should say. And it'll be a ball up. And just suddenly, you start to think whether or not the Kangaroos can actually get out of it. They're a couple down. Where can they find a goal from as Hopkins getting ready?
Be shell-shocked after that last goal of Geelong kick, wouldn't he?
McKernan, Anderson.
Look out, it could be a piece of Carey magic.
To Carey. Floating. I think it's been called play on. It has. Yes. The horse has got it. Longmire back to full forward. Scholl's got the drop on Bell. Belts it away. Mansfield has been pretty good in the last quarter. Goes back. Almost out of play, Sanderson. Kicks the ball back. The Kangas will get it. The big horse has got it. Longmire at about 80 metres. 2 kicks from goal. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Can Carey or McKernan? Carey can. Free kick to Geelong.
Was that against McKernan for the early high jump?
It's been paid for a hold, but I don't know who it's against, Robbo.
It's McKernan on
putting a hand on Ben Graham's shoulder.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Could be very important at the end of the night.
Would about to come back on, boys?
And we have heard from Dipper that Gary Hocking has a chance to get back onto the ground in the next few seconds as Anderson gets the Kangaroos back into their forward 50. Ben Graham, he's kept it alive.
He's got Longmire on his own.
McKernan's gone for goal and missed everything. It's out of bounds on the full. Might have been out of bounds over the other side.
He's lucky it was out of bounds, Bruce. He had Longmire all on his own in the square. Longmire's opponent had gone to pressure McKernan. He's gone for a banana.
Official attendance 33,674.
Well, we just saw the face of an embattled warrior, didn't we? Gary Hocking on the boundary line. And he's just chafing at the bit. He wants to get back into the action. 7 minutes left. Can Geelong hang on and record a remarkable victory? 140 plays 127. Right forward pocket for the Kangaroos. The ball spills to the ground. Simpson left it behind. Durkay gets it back to Blakey. Blakey goes for the goal square. Big punch. Gee, didn't Geelong get back? Bell! Left foot step by Peter Bell. I think he's got it. It's a goal to the Kangaroos.
Last Monday, Ali met Australia's Portia de Rossi.
That bitch.
Now watch as Portia moves in.
You could get creamed.
She's moving in on Ali's job.
Dirty, ugly, I could kiss you.
I think what you did stinks.
She's moving in on Ali's friends.
Are you really gonna date her?
You know,
You're drawn to her.
The verdict's in.
It's official. I hate her.
It's a day that couldn't get any worse.
You knocked me into the toilet.
Monday on 7's Ali McBeal.
That's Bell's goal to keep them well and truly in at the Kangaroos, but Capuano, as Jason said a moment ago, we're just hoping that he hasn't done his knee. He's already had a knee reconstruction, this young fellow. Premiership player with the club in 1996, and it just doesn't look good at the moment. This match has been an absolute classic, and it would be a real shame if Capuano has done his knee. We're going to have another look at the replay, and we'll see Capuano in the middle of the shot in a moment. So watch for number 16. He's right in the middle of Capuano. Down he goes. We see him go down now. And it does go down pretty awkwardly. Bell was able to kick the goal, and Capuano now comes from the ground. He's playing his 50th match tonight.
It's taken him a long time, Bruce. He's had a lot of knee problems. He's a lovely fellow, and you can only hope that it's nothing serious.
Keep our fingers crossed for this young fellow.
In the meantime, Bruce, hocking back on the ground also, Stephen King has gone into the middle, and Johnny Barnes is on the sidelines here going through some stretches, and hopefully maybe he can come back on the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game.
So Capuano goes up the race. Grant comes on for Durkay. Harvey comes on. Dennis Pagan is ringing the changes. This match is going to go right down to the wire. Kangaroos coming back again. So a big 7 minutes of footy coming up. It has been a vintage Friday night match, and haven't we had some beauties? Stevens kicks it forward. Missed mark there by Welsh. It was important. Cats away through Riccardi. Kilpatrick's had a blinder, particularly in the last quarter. Well done by Stevens. Gets it forward to Welsh, who gets a second chance. Quickly onto the boot. Carey's the target, and Bell. It eludes them both. Well done, Mansfield, who can really rebound here. Kicks it beautifully to Minch. He's got it. Big game by Minch. Gives it to Hocking. Hocking back on the ground, as Dipper told us. Measures himself. Kicks it up high. It's been their pattern all night. Can someone take a big screamer? Ball comes almost to ground. Taken by Pickett. Can't get his way through. Burns in there. Grant's little give on the up. Missed by Scott. Burns. Scott worries him out of it. Hassles him out of it. A big play at centre wing. Who's going to get there? Little bit by Carey. Sensational to Anderson. Anderson gives it away to Pickett. Pickett stretches the opposition. Looks, stops, edges it out, wants Harvey, is he good enough? Can't quite take it. Stoneham gets back. It's terrific stuff. Stoneham on the left foot, keeps cool, wants McGrath. Can Bluey keep it in? Handball over the top's a good one. To Melbourne, to Banford, and the Cats are away.
Oh, it was good football by Geelong. They could have taken the ball over the boundary line, but McGrath kept it alive. It only goes as far as McCartney. So, importantly, the Kangaroos have possession of the ball. McCartney goes back to the wing, and the mark not taken down there by Graham. The ball spills at the feet of Milburn. Terrific performance by that player. Out wide at a shoal. Looks very confident. Hooks the ball across his left shoulder. Lobs it in towards centre-half forward. No mark taken. Where are the crumb gatherers? Scott applying the tackle to lock it up, and the umpire will ball it up at centre-half forward for Geelong. Geelong lead by 7 points. Barnes on the boundary line. 4 3/4 minutes left. Another goal to the Kangaroos. By gee whiz, the 33,000 would all be on their toes then. Bradshaw to Gary Hocking, out wide to Burns. He can kick a goal, Ronnie Burns. He can kick a goal, but he does it on this occasion. He kicks it behind. 8 points the margin in favour of Geelong. Sitting in the coach's box, Gary Ayres and Dennis Pagan. What can either conjure up? One to hang on, one to snaffle the victory. Martin, Longmire, very well done. Scott, left foot kick by Robert Scott onto the chest of Mansfield. He's been quiet, but a couple of important possessions in the last quarter. Sanderson has been very good. His kick allowed to bounce over by Melbourne, which wasn't a bad play in the finish. Right half forward for Geelong. They lead by 8 points. The Geelong coach's box. Some anxiety on the faces there of a few. The play, 2 kicks from the Geelong goal. Under 4 minutes left. King and Longmire. Longmire down to the advantage of Riccardi, not able to gather. Over the top there was Blakey. The umpire will ball it up about 70 metres from the Geelong goal.
Nobody forward of the 50 for the Kangaroos. They've got Carey about 60 metres from goal. Cats are kicking a bit in front. They trail by 40 points at half-time and by 29 at three-quarter time. A mighty roar goes around the ground. Bell held up. Bizzle wants a free kick. Valuable seconds turning into minutes here for Geelong. The Kangaroos have got to break the shackles here and get it forward in a hurry. They need 2 goals to win. King, Bizzle over the top. Taken by Blakey. Still going strong at 32. Back to centre wing, McKernan's big fly. Well done though by Simpson. Simpson to get it on quickly to Stevens. Here's a chance. It's Pagan's paddock. Stevens kicks it hard and he kicks it long. Carey can't do it. Coming in hard at the back with Sanderson. It's still in play. Cats roll it over.
That was fantastic play by Sanderson, Bruce. Again, he left his opponent. He knew that Carey had the advantage over McGrath, and he absolutely poleaxed him as he came across for the spoil. Otherwise, it would have been a clean mark and goal to Carey, Robbo.
Yes, he really took a risk and it paid off there for Brenton Sanderson. And in the finish, they were quite prepared to concede a rush behind. The player we mentioned, Brenton Sanderson, with the football. Geelong by 7 points, 2.5 minutes left. The Kangaroo fans maybe booing with Sanderson attempting to waste precious seconds. Well done by Stoneham. Gets the ball away to Pickering, back to Gary Hocking. He's got great vision, hasn't he? He's found McGrath close to the middle of the ground. He's quite prepared to play on. Goes across the line, but didn't get the kick far enough. Intended for Brad Scholl, chipping in Robert Scott. It'll go bounding back. His kick is all right and finds Longmire. Still the Kangaroos a chance. Down under 2 minutes. Longmire's kick to half-foot. Abraham! No, nearly got it at the second grab. He's underneath there somewhere. And the Cats have pinned him in there. He's going nowhere. It will be a ball up at centre half forward for the Kangaroos. 7 points Geelong lead by.
This time it's Geelong who are locking it up. No players in there attacking 50. They're happy just to have ruck up after ruck up.
1.5 minutes left. Geelong player going back to the goal square. Big punch by Simpson. It's going to go straight down his throat, Gary Hocking. Now, is that deliberate?
No, look, I mean, Gary Hocking was just knocking the ball away from goal, and it has to be his sole intention to knock the ball out of bounds. And if we could see it again in replay, you actually see it come off the side of his fist rather than the front of it, so unintentional.
Carey takes it out of the air. Well done though by McGrath. Left foot snap round the body, behind, coming from Simpson. So the Kangaroos close it to a kick. Could we have a draw? It would be a fitting ending to what has been a remarkable match. Scholl gets it. They've got to try and keep a cool head here. Will they play keepies off? They don't know how long there is to go. I can tell you there's a minute left. Scholl in the back pocket. Just pops it up. He was looking. They've got 2. Oh, they spoil each other. King. Called play on. It's play on.
Doesn't matter. They've still got it.
Back to Sanderson. Sanderson clever to Mansfield. Mansfield at half back to centre wing. Really important ball here. McGrath. Pike. Kangaroos still with a chance. Can Craig Scholl do it? Holds it up. Handball out. Gets it to Pickett. Pickett cleverly gets it to Longmire. Longmire gets it onto Durko. This is the big moment to centre half. Billy McKernan. Play on call. Ball comes out. Scott tries to get through. Little kick backwards. Mark to the Cats. Bizzle's got it. Play on call. A bounce down. Seconds remaining. It has been a remarkable game. It has been a famous victory. Geelong has come from nowhere and won. as it did at the last match of last year. The stakes not nearly as high tonight, but the emotion is flowing freely here. This will set Geelong's season up. This will set them up for 1999.
You mentioned it earlier, Bruce. Geelong have a fantastic record against the Kangaroos, and it continues again tonight.
Gary Ayres 5, Dennis Pagan 3. Gary Hocking taking his team over to the fence as the King comes off the ground. Great first half, hobbled a bit by injury. Final quarter, 8 goals to 2.